Good morning or good afternoon. I am Yvonne from Colorado, and today is Tuesday, July 11th. I want to welcome you guys to the Winner Within Coaching Call, brought to you by the Unit of Prosperity, or UOP for short. We host these personal development calls Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern for the benefit of entrepreneurs and marketers everywhere. So you can feel free to invite your teams, no matter what company you represent, for some daily motivation and inspiration. Now, just in case this is your first time tuning in to a Tuesday call, allow me to introduce our coach to you. He is a visionary, strategist, and entrepreneur. He is an energetic, highly impactful speaker and a fierce motivator. Utilizing his passion, he likes to take an aggressive approach to personal development by challenging what people see as the norm. His story is a remarkable one. From a very young age, he's had an entrepreneurial spirit, but lacked the guidance of positive role models to hone his abilities. Even though he faced many pitfalls and major challenges along the way, with faith, will, determination, and perseverance, he was able to reach his goal of becoming a successful entrepreneur. He has an affinity for community outreach and volunteerism. He has served in many leadership capacities over the years and is currently a member of the board of directors for both the United Negro College Fund and sister cities in Jacksonville, Florida. His vision is to motivate and teach others the power of effectively utilizing knowledge, resources, and network ability to obtain definitive goals and reach their greatness. So grab something to write with, take some notes, because his topic for the day, you're almost there. It is my pleasure to bring to the call Dr. Adrian Gentry. Dr. Gentry, are you ready?
I am ready, and thank you so much yet again for the introduction, Yvonne. You do amazing job.
You are so welcome. Take it away.
Okay. Some of y'all heard me speak. Some of y'all haven't. I always, clear the air by saying a couple of things. One, I won't be before you long. Two, I'm a Christian through and through, so you're going to get this God in me every time I speak. Today I want to talk about you're almost there. And I always give a story beforehand, and today I'm going to be more transparent, and tell you a bit more about myself. Some of y'all have heard my story, some of y'all haven't. About 7 years ago, I went through a crazy divorce. It took everything away from me. It took my business. It took my pride. It took everything in me to pull through. So I went from, six figures to pennies. I went from a father to a baby daddy. I went from a husband to a boyfriend. And so I had to go take a job with one of my clients I had at the time. And at this international food manufacturing firm, one of the worst leaders you could have possibly worked for in your life. One of those people that will literally, steal candy from his mama if he felt like he could get away with it. So after about a year and a half there, I said, I can't do this anymore. So now I'm out there with no money. I'm trying to develop another business. And at the time, I was actually pretty much homeless. I was staying at my uncle's apartment in his guest room. I left there. I upgraded to a girlfriend's couch. And then finally, I began doing government contracting, going after big government contracts. But I picked up a client. He was paying me pennies as a retainer. Maybe I was literally getting paid $1,250 a month trying to build this business. And I was in such a deep depression, and I didn't even understand what depression meant at that time because I had never been this low in my life before. Everything around me told me I should give up. I had no money, nothing. I had totaled my car, so it wasn't even like I can get up and go find another job without catching the bus or something like that. So I put all my eggs into this one basket so I can develop the life I once lived before and be even more comfortable than I was before. So I began working with this client, and it became quite obvious that this dude didn't know what he was talking about. Like, he was all ego, he was all words, but he was literally making everything up. So we're going after these big-time government contracts, and I used to ride bus 19 hours back and forth from Jacksonville to D.C., walking around in D.C. with holes in my shoes, literally starving some days because I didn't have enough money on my card to swipe and get something to eat. So about a year and a half, in my mind, everybody, at this point, everything around me is telling me, Adrian, this is dumb. You need to stop. My mother is one of those people. She will support me in anything I do, no matter how dumb it is, and she'll never have to understand it. It gets real bad when even her, she's like, look, you might have to go get a job. So I had come to that point where I was completely and utterly frustrated in life. I was literally sitting in the house, and the thought of killing myself consumed me more than the thought of living. In my mind, I had completely lost hope in anything that I was doing and constantly questioning myself every day. And it got to a point where I'm pushing, I'm fighting, I'm committed to living this dream. And I'm finally getting there. And then I get a contract one day. I get a call for a contract for $500,000. And I lost my mind. Almost broke down in tears, like it's finally working. Like all the books I've read, all the studying, all the 60 to 80 hour work weeks, every person I've talked to, the question I asked, it's all working. Finally, $500,000 contract, fantastic. I went and met with the people for the contract. We signed off on it, and 2 days later, they took it back. Are you kidding me? For a year and a half, I've lived off pennies. I don't have enough money to half the time keep food in my refrigerator. And I just lost a $500,000 contract. And, we put on that face because I remember saying, well, I must be getting close to it because I'm losing money, $500,000 in a week. Woo, I got to be getting close to it. But in the back of my mind, everything told me this is it. I quit. You can't do this anymore. You have to go do something else. But there was a conference coming up in St. Louis, and I had put in my mind, listen, I'm going to give this thing one more shot. Like, I can't give up. I have to give this thing one more shot. So as I prepared to go to this conference, all I did was pray. Like, this is it for me. I can't keep going like this. Like, I'm living like a martyr. This doesn't work. This is not even who I am. I've never been this broke in my life. I mean, I was making less at that point than I made in high school. Are you kidding me? So I went to the conference and I sat back and I talked to everybody I could possibly talk to. I got every business card I could possibly get. And so I get to the airport and all I'm doing in my mind is saying, please, God, please let this be it because I can't do this no more, God. I can't. So as I'm walking through the check-in line, I stopped beside a young lady who worked for one of the government agencies. We were just kind of talking. And she said, I remember you from the conference. I was kind of impressed with you. Please send me out the company information. I said, no problem. Maybe this is the one. This has got to be it because I can't lose that anymore. Like I can't continue on anymore like I've been living for this last year and a half. So I sent her out the information. And she called me. She said, listen, I have this big contract coming in. I need you to fill out this contract work, this information, this proposal, and send it back in. I said, no problem. So a week goes by. I'm toiling in my spirit because I've already said if this can't work out, it's time for me to quit. I got to give up. I got to do something different. So I'm sitting in my house on a Saturday, and I get an email, and it says, congratulations. I just lost $500,000 contract a month before. And this woman just awarded me a contract for $50 million. You have to understand that. Wait, you lose a $500,000 contract in 1 month. And you get on to a $50 million contract a month later. If I had given in to what everything around me and my circumstances were telling me, I would have never been in that position. That day, it was not a dry space in my house because I cried and I prayed all day long. But it made me understand something. There is no value without the process. You have to remember something. Both diamonds and pearls were created under pressure. The intense pressure that I was going into was only a part of the process. All the pain, the aggravation that I felt, that was only a part of the process. See, we always hear it in the natural, but we don't understand this is a spiritual thing. Listen, I told you you're going to get God every time I speak. James 1:2-4 says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that this is the testing of your faith, which produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish his work, that you may be mature and complete, not lacking in anything. See, y'all thought this was just motivation. That was just a motivational quote. No. I need y'all to understand something. Those things that you're going through, that are telling you to give up, That little voice that is saying this may not be for you. Those people that keep telling you you can't do it. Those bills that keep stacking up, that rejection that you keep feeling are only signs that your test is almost over and you're almost there. For me, the test had to become much more. See, I was about to give up. There were too many signs pointing to me that I was in the failure's corner. There were too many things pushing me to stop. Come on, you lose $500,000 in 1 month, and not because of you, but because somebody else. And you've been living in poverty for literally a year and a half. And you don't think that made me want to throw in the towel? You don't think that made me want to say, you know what, this isn't for you? Because I'm going to tell you, in those times when you're struggling, your brain's going to begin to lie to you. You're going to seek out everything to tell you to stop. Everything is going to point the arrows to guess what? You're going to fail. This is not for you. I don't know why you're trying. See, that's the devil speaking in your ear because everybody on this phone call is great. And he did not. Look, the deck is already stacked in your favor. If you believe the deck has already been stacked in your favor, you can't help but to win if you believe in yourself. If you believe in God, you cannot help but to win. I remember just sitting there thinking, I can't do this anymore. God, you got to show me something because I can't. I'm making less than I earned in high school, and I'm 29 years old. You know what? I always have to give credit to my mother because I love her to life. When I was a kid, she instilled something in me I could never give up. So if you decided you want to play flag football, or you gonna play flag football. Well, Mom, I don't want to do it no more. You gonna play flag football? Or you want to do taekwondo? Mom, I'm just tired of going. Oh, no, you're going to do taekwondo. That was my mother's spirit because my mother never had the luxury of giving up. Some of y'all know, some of y'all don't. Mother had me at 15. Her mother died at 16. She did not have the luxury of giving up. At any point in time, she could have given me away. She was a fighter to the heart, and that's what she always instilled in me. There was no such thing as giving up. If you got in a fight outside and you got beat up, guess what? You're going to go right back out there. There's no giving up. We have to take that option off the table. If you said you wanted to do it, you were going to do it and finish it, period. Listen, guys, I want y'all to understand something. Do not ever give up on your dreams because your dreams will never give up on you. And I would have given up before I went to that conference. I would have regretted it for the rest of my life. I would have always had the what if in the back of my mind. What if I had given up? What if I would have made it? And that pain hurts worse than the shouldas, couldas, and wouldas. That pain is going to dwell in your spirit for the rest of your life. And most people don't understand. The more the pressure comes, the more the pain comes, the more the turmoil comes. That means you're closer to your goal. That means you're almost at the finish line because the devil knows that there's about to be a breakthrough like never before. These are all signs that you're actually walking into promotion. Understand something. Listen, I need y'all to hear this because everybody is in awe of a rocket. I need you to understand something. For a rocket to enter into space, a place it had never gone before, there must be enough pressure built up behind it to push it through all the turbulence that it must endure to break through to a new level. God has placed the vision inside of you because he knew you had what it takes to complete the mission. And I'm here to tell you, you're almost there. I have a belief system so deeply tied inside of me, I can't shake it. And that belief system is that everything that I've went through in my life was never for me. It was meant for someone else. All the pain, all the hell, all the frustration, all the failures, all the rejection that I have been through was never for me. It was for you. I've had to realize that every time I wanted to give up, if I didn't and I pushed a little bit harder, I stepped into the next level. What you're going through today is your story to push someone else to their next level. Let these tests be your future testimony. Let this mess be your future message. Let these trials be your future triumph. Because someone else needs to know that you did not give up and they're almost there. Use that pressure to push you through to the next level. Get your acres of diamonds. And whatever you do, don't give up. You're almost there. You're amazing. You're great because God said so. Have a fantastic day.